What's going on, everybody? This is AJ Capasso here, host of Talking with the Source. I'm with my good friend, as always.
Hey, it's Robin from Paranormal. I'm talking with the Source.
You know what? I really want to get one of those audio interfaces so we have like a laughing button that I can hit every time you press that because it's too funny, man. Like, I can't help it. Like, I'm hoping that everybody that watches this laughs with me on that.
Oh, they're probably laughing at me.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, I have people laughing at me all day, so don't feel bad. Well, anybody or everybody, you're watching another episode of Talking with the Source. We are having a pre-show before our show this Sunday with Rootless Destinations. You're going to want to join us. It's going to be an awesome show. We're going to show some evidence live. We're going to review some stuff. Today we're going to show, a little bit of evidence, but we're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to do a live spirit box session. So hopefully you can join us with that. If anyone has any questions during the spirit box session, just leave them in the comments, and we will definitely put them on the screen and get them asked to see if we can get them answered. And there will be a review that I will put out of this episode. Hey, Mark, how are you? Thanks for joining us. I will be putting out a review of all the hey, Emma, of all the responses so that I can review them and slow down the captures and see what we get. So definitely check with that video when I put it out in a couple days. But
yeah, I'm going to just say as well, AJ, before you go any further, for the people who are watching and the people who are listening or people who are going to watch and listen, do check out our social medias as well for investigations and stuff like that. Facebook, obviously, AJ Capasso, Facebook, Haffern Paranormal, or YouTube's, Instagram, anything like that. Just check them all out for more content.
Absolutely. And if you go to the link on the bottom, it's our official website. We have all of our personal stuff up there. We have some videos from our YouTubes of spirit communication. We also have all of our links for Talking with the Source, our sponsor links, and everything like that. And before we introduce our friend who's going to be with us today, she's a great friend. We've had her on as a guest before. But first thing, I just want to shout out Global Ghost Hunt. 2023 is happening. May, we're going to have our first round of teams. We had a lot of teams sign up, which is awesome. So I'm going to be releasing some stuff on Talking with the Source of the times, dates, all that kind of stuff when everything gets ready as we get closer to May. And if you want to sign up, if you have a team or you're a researcher, if you want to get exposure and come to an amazing event, and have your investigation live streamed, go to globalghosthunt.com. That's www.globalghosthunt.com. Register now, register your team, get the location registered, and just have a great time with us and stream live, get the exposure that you need. But long story short, let's bring forward who we had on before. I can't really say her last name, but I'm going to try as hell. It's Jennie Sullivan Sunyasi, right? Hopefully.
Getting it, Sunyasi.
Yes!
But you're
awesome.
Sunyasi, but it's perfect. Good evening. Okay. I was gonna say it's Jennie.
Oh, if you did that, I would have laughed hysterically.
Anyway, Jennie, just humor him.
It's Jennie.
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing?
Everyone doing?
Huh?
I said, see what Robin's got everyone doing now.
I know. We're gonna have to copyright it.
I know, right? Yeah. Hey, Bill, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
So, Jennie, what have you been up to? I know you were just recently on, and I tell you what, your episode on our podcast listening services, I tell you what, it's our second highest episode ever.
No.
One thing I do want to do on air, a lot of people ask me, you've been feeling all right and all this stuff like that, and I want to let everyone know, yes, I have been feeling all right. I suffer from a serious sleep issue, a sleep disorder. I don't sleep at all. Literally, I literally get 2 hours if I'm lucky. If I get 2 hours, I'm perfect for the whole day. But if I get anything less or anything more, I'm screwed. And I'll go days without sleeping. So unfortunately, Jennie had to deal with me during that, but she's a good friend of mine and she knows. But I just want to let everybody know, if you see me exhausted, that's the reason why. It has nothing else to do with anything. It's just, I am literally that beat. Between trying to work and sleep. It's just terrible. But Jennie, real quick, tell everyone what you've been up to and shout out your paranormal group.
Oh my gosh, I never stop. I literally never stop. My group is Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers here in beautiful Ireland. Hello, Miss Janet. How are you doing, girl? I run Shadow Whispers in the Night podcast. I also do a show with Nando, Untold Encounters. And we are out tomorrow night in the museum. We are going to have a sleepover tomorrow night. We're going to individually have different rooms, which we haven't done before. So we're going to pick out names and rooms and see who's going to sleep in what room.
Awesome.
Night. I just don't want to be on my own, but I will do it. I will. I'm going to be live when I do it. So people, if anything happens, people can say he's behind you, and I'm like, oh no, he's not. So
let me ask you a question about that, about being alone. Are you afraid of the dark at all?
No.
Okay, see, I am a little bit, and it's not that I'm afraid of the dark necessarily. It's more I'm more scared of somebody jumping out or some person attacking me than I am about like ghosts or anything along those lines. So it's really not like the night, I guess. I guess it's just the scare aspect. So my family likes to jump out at nighttime and get me all the time, and I think that's where I got this whole niche from. Like I hate it.
Oh yeah, I when I have known to box somebody, I remember my ex-husband kind of jumped behind the door. Let me tell you, my reflexes were perfect, right. Because I went into fight mode, so I boxed him. So yeah, I did. I mean, I don't regret it. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Oh, geez, there you go.
Don't regret it, but
my fault.
It wasn't my fault, but I think it was because in the dark, I'm okay in the dark, but I know enough to know why I would be afraid in the dark. I try to kind of block. I remember last week my lamp went off, the bulb just went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Jazz, you awake? My daughter, she's 19. But the bulb was just loose. The bulb was loose, so I had to tap it a few times. But you do think first and foremost, like, where's my recorder? Turn my recorder on. Stick the recorder on, and then start playing in your room.
Yeah.
No, I kind of have to kind of like let's breathe before we run.
Definitely. Mark, I think you should definitely return. Stop contemplating, get back for sure, man. I would love to check you out and do some live broadcasts. I'd love to have you on too. So definitely contemplate that return and come back if you could. Love to see you. Liz, we would just want to say hi. She said hi to each and every one of us. So
hey,
says hi to Rob and hi, Jenny. So thank you so much, Liz, for joining us. I want to talk to you, Jenny, because there was a guy that we recently had on from Pitt. From Global Ghost, and obviously Pitt, one of my teams, and he came on. He's was very scientific, and he created a device that basically measured all of the environmental stuff from static electricity, everything you can do, EMF, static electricity, all this kind of stuff, right? Well, he also incorporated a voltage meter so that we can basically tell if we're dealing with drainage during a investigation. Whereas, if we get drained or our equipment gets drained, it'll be able to show whether or not. And he said that he had some amazing, stuff with it. And he gives each and every one of his new members that device that he builds himself. And this man was super smart, man. It was just an awesome time. And wouldn't that be awesome to have that device though on a location?
Brilliant, because when you put fresh batteries in, and everybody keeps saying they were fresh batteries. I put them in like 20 minutes ago, or I charged up my equipment for like 12 hours, and it shouldn't drain. So if you have a device like that will tell you what exactly is draining your device, it would help us out a lot.
Well, it's not even what's draining the device. It's actually just showing that it is draining the device and draining energy around us, which I think is even cooler. But it would be cool to show which device, if they could do that, or what is doing it, causing it, because that's really, It
would make. I know the way we go out and we investigate and we learn all the time. I know I had a fantastic team with me in the museum, Drogheda Museum, and when I said, I'm going to give them a tour, and I said, when I do the history of this place, I know most of it. I don't know a lot of it, and I know some of the names, but I said I'm just there to do investigations and look pretty and alive. That's it. The rest of the history is like, oh my god. But I think we were talking about drainage and so on of the museum. We do get a lot of it. I know Alan has his equipment charged. He did text me earlier on saying he's charging his equipment, so nothing is going to, we will kind of pinpoint tomorrow. I do have my fantastic books here from Jeffrey Colleton, so I can pinpoint. I'm going to show you them here now if I can get them. Jeffrey Colleton has these books out. Fantastic Paranormal Research Journal.
Yeah.
Great. So I don't have to. Oh, it is brilliant. So I don't have to get pen and paper and scribble my work tomorrow night. And then we have the Paranormal Research gear. What you bring with you, your hotspots, who was there, what time, the temperature, and so on. Just messy work I don't have to do. So after the show tonight, then I'll be writing out what the plan will be for tomorrow night, because we'll be sleeping there overnight. So
to answer Mark's question real quick, not to cut you off, Jenny, but to answer Mark's question, he said reverse polarizing gear. No, he actually, the guy from Pitt, who was recently on our show last week, or the week before, I believe, he basically made this device for his team. He actually creates devices himself. Very intelligent man. Just totally cool to see and to hear from him and be able to have a conversation. But yeah, I don't know if it was reverse polarizing gear. I just know that it was a item that he actually created himself that has everything from register static electricity to EMF, everything you can imagine that we can measure scientifically for environmental stuff. I mean, he was so into it that he knew geological, stuff that was going on in the area, which I found super cool, because you don't see a lot of teams anymore. I mean, you do, but you don't see a lot of teams nowadays on YouTube that are really this hardcore scientific anymore. It's more like it's a hobby now, which I find totally cool, because I do it like that. I'm like a hobby person, but I also take it very seriously because of what happened to me, and I want to find out answers. Yeah. So I have to take it serious. That's why that journal, I think, is a great thing.
It is brilliant. I mean, he's another one out as well. This just saved me from remembering what was going on the night before, or going through my messy notes, and then this is all written out for me: the time, the date, the location, who was there, the address of the location, what equipment you took with you, what you used, quantity of what you used, and then quantity of when you kind of packing back up, so you remember of getting all the pieces of equipment. It's really good. And the other one is about your most shocking experience, the best experience, hotspots, what equipment was used, what worked the best. So when you're doing a write-up, or you're remembering you're doing audio, you just go back onto your journals, and you'll get it better, rather than my messy write-up when I do stuff like that, which is a pain in the behind.
Yeah.
Oh God, completely.
Totally. Yeah. One thing I actually wanted to show you, Jenny. So something happened to Robin this past week, and I find it absolutely fascinating. I know that he does too. Hold on one sec. Sorry. Basically what happened was, so I did a spirit box session that I put on my Facebook for Robin, for his partner, Julie, to connect with her. And I said, what is her sign to her? What's your sign for Robin? Well, she said Mother's Day, the Crown. Very clear, which I'll show you in a minute from my YouTube. Well, he ended up going to out to a trip with his family, and he didn't remember what she said. Well, the next day, right after their Mother's Day, he's at the Crown. He's standing at the palace, and he's in London, and it never clicked with him. And I just told him, I said that the sign wasn't to show you that that was your sign. The sign was to let you know that she's with you, and that she did that ahead of time. And she predicted that she was going to be at the palace, the UK, Crown, that day on Mother's Day, and it actually happened. And him and his mother-in-law didn't remember what I said. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. Hold on one sec. I'll get it. But it's totally fascinating. Robin, speak a little bit about it, because I know you didn't
really... It was. I totally had forgotten all about it. I know that obviously AJ has said it. I remember on Mother's Day we went out for a meal down there, and I remember thinking, I haven't heard anything yet or seen any signs yet, but then just completely forgot it again. So it was unbelievable.
Here, let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to show you this, Jenny, and then the viewers. I think it's absolutely awesome. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. Okay, so, you guys can see in here?
Let me. Yes.
Okay, hold on one sec. Let me move this to single so I can single myself here real quick. Oh, hold on. There we go. Hold on. Okay, let me put my screen up. There we go. Perfect.
I'm learning how to do the share thing as well. It's
a pain sometimes. Let me tell you.
half my stuff, the crap that I look at is closed down.
All right, here's the live.
Okay.
Julie, your mom and Robin and the kids want to talk to you. Will you talk to them through this? And please send Robin and the family sign.
Now, is that not
Julie, your mom?
That's crazy.
Is that not crazy or what? I'll play it one more time.
Before you do, AJ, for Jennie and for anybody else watching.
Yep, there he was.
Oh my gosh.
Is that not wild?
That's just a little bit goosebumpy.
What's even crazier, Jennie, what's crazier is for weeks since she passed, Robin said, I just want to hear her voice. I just basically want to know she's there. All this stuff. And it's so cool that she said ahead of time, this was weeks prior to him going. This wasn't just the day before. This was weeks. And she knew that this was going to happen ahead of time. And this is the first time a spirit has said a future event out in the open.
I was going to question that one next.
Yeah.
I would find that they would know more than us ahead of time than we would.
Yeah.
Which has
it's like they're not allowed to tell us because it'll interact with our fate.
Yes. And Robin, you only heard this after.
Yeah.
No, I'd heard that. Yeah, I heard that session way back whenever he did it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten all about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, when I remembered on Mother's Day, it was only literally the little Mother's Day bit. I even forgot about the crown part. It was only literally the Mother's Day part. And it was only for a split second where I thought, I still haven't had a sign yet.
And what's wild is over here, it wouldn't be playing through my PSP7 because over here, we don't have Mother's Day until like May.
Yes.
So there's no reason why Mother's Day should even be coming up or the crown, let alone. I mean, I guarantee.
More. That's even more. My foster pup is crying. My foster pup is crying. That's even more because it's over there in America. That's even more like you got these things coming through, and you can hear a female as well.
Right? Isn't that wild? Female. Here, I'm gonna play it one more time for the viewers. Okay.
To them through this. And please send Robin and the family sign.
That's just, I mean...
Still to this day, I can't believe that because it's like I never got a clear response like that in a long sentence. Like I've had before, but like to get it that way and to get it relevantly about that, it's just so awesome. And to be able to actually say like there's a validation in this was just another amazing thing to be able to do.
Robin, how did you feel when you heard that?
Robin, guys, excuse me 1 second. I just got to put my dog back upstairs. Excuse me 1 second.
No, okay, yeah. So go ahead. No, I was... When he reminded me about it, I was like, shit. Wow. But it's like, I never even... When he said it, because he said to me afterwards, he was like, he phoned me and he was like, how's your trip going? And I was like, yeah, not bad. I says, we were in London yesterday. because we're actually staying in Luton, which is about 30 miles out of London, and we only went in for the day. And it was only basically from an 11-year-old, because I've been there a few times, and we took him there once, but he was young and he couldn't remember it, so we just took him in again to let him see it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, AJ, for me, he was like, "How's your trip going?" I was telling him, he was like, "You were," and I was like, "Yeah, I took my son to the Buckingham Palace to let him see it and stuff," and he was watching the guards who were marching inside and stuff. He was watching all that, and then he was like, "Do you realize what's just happened?" And I'm like, "No." And he said, "The session we did," and I was like, "Right," because he caught me on the words with it, and then he was like, "Think about it," and then I thought, "Oh,
you remembered."
Yeah.
God, the voice when you heard the female, did it sound like?
It did. It kind of did. I find it. I'm partially deaf in one of my ears, so I sometimes find it hard. Although I will say one thing: when I go out on an investigation, I always seem to have super hearing.
Do you hear anything like DVPs or anything like that?
I could possibly, if there is some. It's like we'll be standing, like me and the mother-in-law, in a location, and we did a little. We were in Wales the other week, dropping my daughter off. Just on the border, the English-Welsh border, where Chester is, there's a abandoned sort of a motel kind of thing, and we stopped to do it, and we were inside, and we were in the bar bit of it, and I said to her, "Do you not hear that from upstairs?" It was like a couple of footsteps, and she was like, "No."
Do you hear it?
Yeah, and it's like, and then she'll say to me, "How the hell can you hear it? Sure, you're half deaf." And I'm like, just whenever I go out in an investigation, for some reason, my hearing seems to go fantastic.
So it heightens up even more. Maybe because you're in location and you're purposely listening out for something for it to happen.
Yeah. I do. I do sense that she's around.
Even when we were listening to it earlier, I've been writing that down, that you can hear a female, but when you do spirit box and so on, you do hear a female, but there's always that one distinctive female voice that comes through that just sounds so like you're having a conversation with them, if that makes sense.
Well, that one had an English accent.
Yeah, it was understandable. You didn't have to make it out. I didn't have to listen to it 10 times over. You heard it. You knew what was being said. That's the difference.
One more thing about that I want to say to both of you as well, because I want to remind AJ about this. He might have forgot. Is you know what this is, don't you?
Yes, I do. Oh my God. No.
Her urn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That went with us when we went down there.
So she was with them.
Oh my! I can't even.
That's not wild.
I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Validation on this, Jenny, I could not believe, and it's so crazy because a lot of skeptical friends of mine will be like, "Oh, how do you know that means that? It was just a radio." Blah blah. It's like, no, you don't understand. No other voices came through that long and that prominent and said Mother's Day, the Crown, and then he just suddenly goes to the Crown, doesn't even realize that they're going there. Or that what she said, and then it validates, and she's also with him where she went to the Crown on Mother's Day. I to find that so awesome.
And it was female, and the voices were similar, the same.
Yes. Yeah.
They changed because it's a radio frequency and so on. Yep. You can hear it. Can I say it in a proper way? I don't know how I'm going to say it right. When you listen to the spirit box and you get robotic voices coming through or voices that don't make sense, this was like, if I can say it properly, like a human voice, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was understandable. That's what stood out.
this was a longer session than I did, and I only posted 1 or 2 things from it because it was obviously private, and I didn't want to share something, even though he wouldn't care. I still didn't want to share something, obviously, that was private that I did for him.
Okay. Yeah.
But these 2 things, obviously, we shared because we wanted to share in case it happened, and then 2 weeks later, it ended up happening, which was so cool to validate. And we said it beforehand, so people knew that we didn't just make it up, which was awesome. But also, too,
Perfect.
in the rest of this video, when I connected with her, there's one response that is another response like anytime. And if you really listen to her voice, it's a female voice and it actually sounds exactly like her voice. And I couldn't believe it when I caught it and I listened to it back and I told him, and I'm like, I don't know if do you remember that, Robin, when I sent you that video
Yeah.
and I listened to it? Yeah, it sounded so much like her and I couldn't believe it.
That's just crazy. I love that. That was perfect.
Yeah, you're absolutely right,
Like
Mark.
I say, she was with us, not actually in London that day, but she was down there with us.
I was listening to it, I had myself on mute. So I was saying what I was saying, like on mute, but thankfully I was on mute.
Here, Jenny, I'll show you another clip from that thing too, right? It says, I ask her how heaven is, and she says, it's awesome. It is awesome. But it's not, I don't know if it's a female voice. I think it's not. It might be another spirit saying it, but check this out.
Okay, play it. Let's listen to it.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me backspace this.
Julie, how full is heaven? It is awesome.
Here, listen to that again real quick. Hold on, sorry.
Julie, how full is heaven?
Now tell me, guys, did that awesome not sound like it literally copied my voice?
Yep, I
Yeah,
have.
it did. It did. And like Mark said, it is a male voice.
100.
But you know what I'm going to say to you?
Have mail down.
Did you notice that the spirit box, the changed just before the spoke?
Well, no, the reason why it sounded like it slowed down a little is because I slowed it down so that you can hear the response because it goes by so quickly and I turned the volume up. So the only 2 things I did was slow that part down so you can hear the response and just turn the volume up on it because it's so low and so quick you couldn't hear it. That's the only reason why it sounded like it changed. But one thing you will notice, just like the Mother Day one, is that it does sound like that when something like that comes through, a spirit comes through like that, it does sound like it like stops the scanning. That's kind of what it sounds like when a voice comes through in a really long way, like either a sentence or whatever. I mean, our buddy gets sentences through the PSP7 and I can't believe it. It's absolutely awesome.
That's perfect. Even I have written down male. Sounded like a male.
Yeah.
And what location was this from? Can you say what location it came from?
This is my house. This is outside where I'm sitting right now, right outside. I do all my private sessions right here. Yep.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's so crazy. Well, the thing that's crazy about it is that I was connecting with people from around the world, their families, right? We would do a live session like this, a private session. I would do spirit box stuff and we would record it and then I would send them the review session if they couldn't hear it live. And it would always get them coming through, the loved ones coming through. They would verify everything through their questions and answers. I don't know, obviously, the loved ones, so I couldn't tell if they were telling whatever. But everybody would always get, their loved ones coming through, voices, everything when I would do this for them. But every time I try to get certain family members, I cannot get them to come through to save my life. But like for Robin, I was able to get Julie to come through the first time I tried. I mean, it's just so weird how my connection is able to do that for people, but to do it for myself, forget it.
Do you think you could be the messenger?
Yeah.
You could be the messenger and that you will have your sign when they think you're ready to have the sign from them, but you're able to give the messages to other people.
Yeah.
Rather than
I didn't think about that. I never thought about that. That's great to put it that way.
Yeah, you could be the messenger for others. Yeah.
So, so you have an emotional
angel.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. I mean, I do work highly with my guides, and I always connect with them before a spirit session, and I always make sure that I connect with them and protect myself before I do any of that. Like I did it before I came on here because I knew I was doing a session. You know.
Yeah.
I did the same because when I was down there, I've got a video that I need to edit. I'm going to do it later on. Another celebrity cemetery one. Jennie, you might know this. John Eric Bartholomew.
The name is very familiar.
Eric Morecambe. Morecambe and Wise.
Yes, I know them. Yes.
Eric Morecambe, that's his real name, is John Eric Bartholomew. And we went to a little church down there that where his ashes were scattered. And I'm near sure on my box when I asked, it went Eric Morecambe.
Have you got it on recorder?
Yeah, I've got to edit it later on, but I'm near sure I've caught it on there a few times.
Hey guys, Mark just asked. He said, "Beg your pardon, but are you sensitive, Anthony or AJ?" And the answer is, Mark. Yes, I consider myself empathic. I consider myself sensitive, and the only reason why I consider myself that is because my origin story of how I got into this. I'm a recovering addict. I was addicted to painkillers, which then switched to heroin, and I was sniffing it. Never shot the stuff, but always was sniffing it. And I died 12 times. Fentanyl came, and I ended up ODing 12 times. And the last time I OD'd, I had an out-of-body experience. I went to heaven, met God, all this kind of stuff that happened, came back down. When I came back down and came back into my body, when they shocked me back into my body, I started to be able to feel energy in the room, sense presences, all this kind of stuff, and the activity in my house went through the roof. I do feel that I'm sensitive. I work on my stuff now. I work very close with a medium that me, Robin, and a bunch of my team works with, who's very, very well known and or not well known, but very good, and is going to be well known hopefully one day because how good she is.
Very good. She's never wrong.
No, never wrong. I mean, this lady has so much accuracy. It's disgusting. And like when you give her no information at all, and this lady comes and tells you stuff that there's no way she should know. I mean, you can't even research some of the things I told her. It blows my mind, right, Jennie? When you work with people like that.
I had one this evening. Mind blowing. I want to take her from her location. I said, "Come with me. Don't go to this location." But she was amazing. Like
Mark, thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate you. And yeah, it was a wild thing. I'm happy. Obviously, I'm here. I'm glad that I was able to escape it. 27 of my friends did not escape it, and are unfortunately not with us anymore. So my heart goes out to them, and I do feel that I'm here for a reason because I should not be here. Definitely, I was told that many times, and somehow I am. So I definitely rely on God for that, and there is a reason. So hopefully I can purpose that reason and figure it all out before.
If you don't mind me saying though, what the meaning of this is, a Friday night out with AJ was a Friday night out.
Yeah. Yeah, sad. I was a stupid. I was the party animal. Let's put it that way, man. Let's put it that way. I was stupid.
You went out Friday, come back on Tuesday. One of them ones.
Yeah. But anyway, so, yeah, Jen, that was really cool though about that response.
Do you see when Mark was asking if you were sensitive and that you had talked with your lady? My puppy there is crying. But about how these women can find they know stuff. But when it comes to the lady that I had in the museum today, she blew my mind. Like she was there one time many years ago, but knew nothing as much as of the museum. She was telling me things today, and I'm like, shut your face. I mean, real typically Irish, shut your face. Shut up. No, really. And I'm like, I'm holding onto her arm, and it was my first time meeting her. And she's in Drogheda tonight where I live. She's in a different location tonight. And I'm in the museum tomorrow night, and I want her to come to the museum, but she's going home tomorrow. And I just want her to come with us. So I'm going to arrange for the team, Capra team, fantastic team in the north of Ireland, in Antrim, County Antrim. Capra.
Where I'm from.
I love the Air Lantern, and so we're going to get them down to the museum. I'm just going to see now if I can find it here now. Give me one tickety boo. Gosh, my children are moaning because I have to look after the pump. Let me just get the name here for you now. County Antrim Paranormal.
Okay.
All right. Are they on Facebook?
Yes, they are. County Antrim Paranormal Research Association. They are the second oldest team in Antrim.
Awesome.
All right.
And they were in the museum tonight with us. Oh no, this evening or this afternoon, because they're doing a location. And Elaine on the team is she was brilliant. Oh my God, I just wanted to kind of keep her there tonight, even though we're not doing an investigation. I wanted to keep her there, and oh wow, she was amazing.
One of the things that I have a problem with is turning it on and off. For me, I don't know how to turn it on and off. The way that I personally will turn it on if it's not on is I'll use binaural beats and use frequencies to activate my third eye, and then I'll turn it on before I go into a location. I'll do that after. Well, obviously, I'll protect myself after that, but because I'm very open. But I don't know how to turn it on and off, and that kind of scares me in the aspect being a sensitive, because I'll pick up. Hey, Nigel, I'll pick up crazy amounts of energy from people. Like for example, when I was living with my mom for a short period of time, she's very neurotic, she's very anxiety driven, and that anxiety, the minute I'd walk outside, it would like latch on to me energetically, and I would be so anxiety all day. My depression would be going crazy all day, and I couldn't understand why. And then once my medium explained it to me, like, you're empathic, you're sucking up this energy from people, and she told me what to do. And after doing this visualization and meditation and stuff before I leave my room, it like doesn't happen anymore. I don't feel anyone's energy, but I'd be picking people's energies up walking through the supermarket. It's that crazy.
Would you ever stop them and say something to them?
Only if I got a message. Like if I actually got a message, like one day I got a message for this guy and I didn't know he had cancer at the time. I didn't know who this guy was. He just was some random guy. And I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, hold on one sec. I need to say something to this guy. And she's like, really? Come on. And she was like, that's embarrassing. Because she didn't know what I was going to say. And I went up to this guy and I told him how a loved one said that, something, I forget what the message was. It was just like, love you something else, and love you something else. And like, basically he knew what I was talking about, even though I didn't. And he like broke down and he told me how he had cancer and how he's like, stage whatever. And it was very bad. And I just couldn't believe my eyes. But I tell you what, I have hesitated. And I tell you what, it's actually cost me friends' lives for things. So now I don't hold back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like let's put it, for example, exactly this date, I just got a memory on Facebook today. I told one of my friend Mike's about his brother. His brother had just come home, was arguing with his girlfriend, and I just said, listen, I have this bad feeling. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen to your brother tonight. I want you to check on him. Something keeps telling me. And he's like, really? And I'm like, listen, just trust me on this. I know it's paranormal. I know you don't believe in it, but just trust me on this. Well, out of nowhere, he got a sense when he was in his room, as he was going to get up and go get another beer. He got this sense that, oh my God, I should check on my brother real quick. He checked on his brother. His brother was overdosed on his bed, not breathing, completely blue. If I didn't say what I said and he didn't check on his brother wouldn't be here right now. Luckily, they revived him and he was safe to come home that night.
Crazy. Isn't that
Three Souls Paranormal?
Three Souls. Isn't it just crazy the way you get a sixth sense? Everyone has it.
Yep.
People call it gut feelings.
Can I just say as well? Sorry, Jennie. Mark Foster, if you're still watching, which you probably are. I take it, obviously, whereabouts are you? I take it you're in America because you mentioned Walmart.
Walmart. I was going to say Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have Walmarts? Yeah,
but what I'm saying is that if we know where he is, if he was near you, AJ, it'd be someone to team up with, get him back out on the road again.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, if you could message us so we can maybe get you on, talk about experiences, abilities, stuff like that. I'd love to have you on. But definitely email or message me on AJ Capasso or email us at talkingwiththesource@gmail.com. But yeah, I mean, it was a crazy experience. I couldn't believe it, but I'm glad that I said something,
But do you ever find, or do you think sometimes with the sixth sense or gut feeling that it's like with you, AJ, where you have to let your friend know, go check on someone. I've gotten a few times that I'd have to ring up and I talked to my twin and I said, Vicky, I think we need to ring mum over something. And my mum will never tell me anything. She'll never tell us anything at all. But you say to me, Jenny, I got the same thing. I felt something in my stomach about mum. And I'm sure it's fine and so on and so on. But we get that sixth sense that we just don't know. Or that gut feeling. That is it everyone has it. Everyone has it.
No,
is it hey Anthony?
I believe that everyone has it. I believe that our sixth sense, I believe that we have senses on the outside, like our hearing, seeing, touching, feeling.
Right.
I also believe that we have senses on the inside, because if you think about it, someone who goes blind after birth or even before birth, their senses, other senses are extremely heightened. And I believe that, the senses that we have on the inside, anyone can have these mediumship abilities, I believe, or become a psychic. I just believe you have to work that muscle or work that whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. And another thing, when we do investigations and so on, and I always say the longer we're doing this, the more we open up our third eye or a third, a third eye or to a brain, whatever. And I noticed in the last few years, and the gut teams think it's hilarious that I'm like, I'm getting a name, and like 10 names come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Until I've kind of tried to calm it down a little bit and just say, right, give me 2 or 3 names and I'll call them out, but not 10. And I'm like, who am I talking to? Who am I saying this in my mind? And I'm like, Jennifer, you're going a little bit cuckoo. You're doing it too long.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that in my head. I've said to myself, I've been so scared one time. I was so scared one time. It was actually when my grandfather was he actually was on life support, and I got scared to pray over him because I've had an instance where I prayed over somebody who was on life support and they actually came back and walked out of the hospital in 3 days. Long story, but God works crazy miracles, and I just can't question it. But I'll tell you that story a little bit later. But basically, I've been so scared before to like say anything, or if I got a sense of something, I've been terrified because it's like you go up to someone you don't know, you say these things like, oh, hey, your mom says this, or your loved one says this, and then you're wrong. You look like a crazy person. And I don't, something so touchy like that. It's it's very sensitive. It's very hard,
I would chance it.
I know. Well, now I do.
I would definitely try. And I will say sometimes things, and I think the mediums on TV are great. And it gives more mediums. I don't know what the word I'm trying to use.
Expectation.
Yes, and then when you watch it on TV and is it rehearsed that on TV where people go up and say, hey, your grad, do you have an XY said and so on, and the people are like, oh my god, is it rehearsed? But then for the people who are legit, is it say if you went up to someone in a supermarket and you're being legit, and these people could watch some shows to say somebody taps you on the shoulder and say, hey, I found XY said, is it harming the ones who really have it, if I'm saying it right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I tell you what, with this field getting so big and people all of a sudden saying they're mediums and stuff now, I mean, look at Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels, the porn star who said all this stuff about Trump, who's now coming out with the hush money thing. All of a sudden, she's a medium and was at one of the Paracons. She's a sensitive. No way. I'm sorry, but that's crazy. With all due offense, how do you go from a bunch of peepees in your face to all of a sudden saying you're a medium? I'm just saying. It's crazy. I mean, but nowadays, because this field's so crazy, so much, and YouTube's there, and people can fake stuff, it gives a bad name to a lot of mediums, and that's why my medium, she doesn't want to make a business out of it. She doesn't want to do anything because she's like, spirit. I don't want to charge people because this is spirit work. This is spirit telling me that, and I wonder if spirit gets mad at these people that do certain things like this, that fake stuff. And I wonder.
Well, that's a question to ask them. Do they get annoyed if their vessels, if we can say vessels, are charging people?
Yeah.
I know 2 sisters here where I live. I went to see them twice. The first time was like, okay, this is like amazing-ish. It was good. It was great. 8 years later, I went to see oh, stop it, Mark.
That was good. Nice to meet you, Stormy. I'm sorry. That was good.
I when I went to see these sisters again about, say, 3 or 4 years ago, she blew my socks off. And I'm like, I want to dissect your brain. She said stuff she could not have possibly have known. And I just want to like bop her on the head and just say,
yeah.
How? And the thing is, she won't let me record the session. She will write everything down, but she's a doctor's handwriting. I understand nothing. You just have to have a good memory to what she said.
Yeah. Hope to make out the words.
Oh, Mark is okay. Mark is okay. I know a good friend of mine is a good friend of Stormy, so
that's all right. Well, she probably had a load of stuff raining down on her all the time.
What'd you say?
I said she probably had a load of stuff that was raining down on her a lot of the time.
Oh, the Lord.
Hey, this is a good question. Hold on, guys. This is a good question. I'm not to interrupt you guys, but this is really good. Suzette says, would you go to someone at a funeral if their deceased family member gave you a message to tell them? I tell you what, that's a hard thing right there, because is that the moment to tell them?
I would. Okay. They probably need validation and condolences, or they probably just need it. I would. Yeah, I definitely would.
Awesome. How about you, Robin?
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, I mean, I can sort of communicate as well, and I can pick up messages and stuff like that. And you know, if someone had came to me at Julie's and says, you know, oh, I've got a message for you and whatever, I would have appreciated it. So,
yeah, absolutely, you're right. I think some people would appreciate it, some people probably wouldn't. I think it depends on the person. You'd have to feel out the situation for sure.
I usually make a little joke about well, it's an ongoing joke I have with my daughter, and I used to say to her for a laugh, you know, my business cards I have for the paranormal thing, I used to say, when I see a funeral going into the cemetery, I'm going to stand at the gate and hand my business cards out. You want to speak to your relative? Call me. You know, but it's a little, you know.
It's funny, but it's true, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but the job that we're in, and I hope you two feel the same as me, you've got to make light of it somewhere. You've got to joke about it, because you know, I mean, it's such a serious and morbid subject a lot of the time. You've got to throw stuff in.
Only Bryan, right? No, you're absolutely right.
Lip read me, Ryan. Lip read me.
Yeah, look who it is. It's bitch J Laverty.
Oh,
okay. I'm glad you said it, and I thought it. I'm glad you said it. Sorry, Bryan.
I was waiting for Jennie.
Hey, gentlemen and Robin. Like, listen,
that's messed up.
Yeah, that's Bryan. Listen. Water for ducks back. That's Bryan. There was a guy. There was a team that I was on before many years ago. My first time I ever joined, and they were bloody fantastic, brilliant, like family. I loved them. But one of the guys, the founder, was saying, the quicker you croak it, the quicker we hunt you. The quicker you croak it, the quicker we hunt you.
There you go.
Like, we wanted to get those on cars, and people were saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." I'm like, get it done.
That would be awesome.
Do it. Get the cars done.
I pick up the phone to telemarketers, and I'm like, "Hey, this is AJ's morgue. You stab him, we slab him." You know, just to be a pain. You know.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I do. I do it all the time, just to be a pain. Like, oh, you stab them, we stab them.
Or as
my voicemail. So
leave him in the hospital. You know what I mean? For a paranormal investigator, you kill him, we grill him.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. We are bad.
I think AJ, send that to me in a voicemail so I can have it on my.
Oh, I got you. I got you for sure. I'm gonna grab my spirit box so we can get going on the spirit session.
Let's do it. It's my daughter having a moment behind me. Hold on. Oh, because she's holding the wee fossil cup. She was having a moment. Elsa. The ghost hunter and the expert drives me crazy. Oh Jesus! Like, yeah, me too.
I tell you what, I have a knack for, Jennie. I don't exactly know what the name for it is, but I sometimes can see future events before they happen.
Oh my gosh!
Now I tell you what I mean by that. I'll give you an example that a lot of people will know. If you remember, I think it was back in about 2015, maybe. There was a plane, the German wings one, that crashed in the Alps.
Yes.
It was flying from Barcelona to Dusseldorf, and the captain got up to go to the toilet. And when he went out to go to the toilet, the co-pilot was suicidal, locked the door, and flew the plane into the hill.
Okay.
I said to Julie about 2 days before that, I said that there's something about a plane happening soon. I don't know what it is, but there's something to do with a plane, and it's not good.
That's what Mark is saying. Is a pre-connection? Was it
Precognition?
Oh God, I can't even talk tonight. Pre-connection.
Yeah, it's happened to me a couple of times, with especially with plane crashes and stuff like that. You can't. The annoying thing is you can't go to anybody. You can't ring the police and say, "Here, look, something's going to happen around the world somewhere." You know what I mean? Because what are they going to do? Shut the entire airspace down? No.
They're not going to do it. They're going to say, right, it's like Final Destination.
Yeah, and another thing is, if you were to do that kind of thing and phone the police and say, "Oh, I've got this premonition about something's going to happen," the police would be like, "Right, 1 second, men in the white coats," you know what I mean. So
holiday, I need a holiday, definitely. But I know.
But I can do that a lot of the time.
You can. Can you do the? I'm sure you've been asked this before. Can you do the lottery numbers? No.
Well, if only, because here is my €2 Millions tickets for tonight, and they're lucky dips because if I knew the numbers, Jenny, if only I knew the numbers.
I never do it because it's too stressful. Because every time, someone about 20 minutes away from me won 3.3 million. And I'm like, hold on. I had to mute myself when I said that because it's very frustrating when I don't win. And I know they say if you're not in it, you can't win. But no, I was going to say something there, but I won't say it on the live. But just frustrating that I don't win. But I hope you win. I hope you win.
I won £84 the other week.
How much?
84.
Listen, £84 richer. Mark has given us the numbers. 311. 11 is my favorite number. 16, 43, 55. Play these and I get a cut if you win.
wait, 11 is your number? That's so weird because that's my number too.
Is it? I always get 11, 11.
I get 11, 11. I get 1, 1, 1. One night, I don't play the lotto over here, right? One night, the play 3 ended up coming out 1, 1, 1. The night before, I had a dream, and I never play. And I was like, no, I'm not going to play. Forget it. It's crazy, right? And in my dream, I saw the lotto. I saw everything. Well, all of a sudden, my girlfriend turns on the TV. The lotto channel is on, and then 1, 1, 1 is coming out for play 3. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God!
I haven't been able to stop seeing 1, 1, 1 or 1, 1, 1, 1.
Me too, constantly. Even my daughter said today, Mom, 11, 11. Is that a good thing? Even I was doing something this morning and I lit my fire and my daughter said to me, Mom, the flame is blue. And I said, that means there's a spirit in the house. And she goes, really? And I'm like, no.
Hey guys, we have another. Not to interrupt you, Jenny. Hold on, I want to finish that. Hold on, we have another person here that you guys are going to be like, oh, so, and I want you to take your anger out.
I know who it is. I knew who second said it earlier. Listen, good night, goodbye. I'm gone. Bye.
Oh, jeez. Please, Jenny, finish what you were saying.
No, I do. My internet's bad. I sense he was coming on. I could sense him coming on.
Is it me? My internet's bad.
No, it might be my internet for streaming. I'm not sure.
What was I saying? I was probably.
Hey, gentlemen and Robin.
Oh.
Robin, I hit mine.
Oh, jeez.
I play the lotto every week.
You do?
Yep.
I mean, remember your friends if you win.
Yeah, I play it every week. A couple of weeks ago, I won $50.
Wow, good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys have
the problem is how much money have we spent?
No, I know.
The thing, and that's why
Yeah. See, we have a lottery here. It's called. We have several, but I used to play a lotto. It was called 649, and to be honest, it was just I never won. So then we have this other one. It's called Lotto Max, and so when you buy one line, you get 2 lines free.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, but the thing is, to win that, you have to have all 7 numbers. Like you can't have 6 number and a bonus. You have to have all 7 numbers.
That's you see,
that's difficult.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to get all 7 numbers. But
guys, give me
some months it's close to
I'm gonna go and sort
I
out
think
my
the one that was 3 weeks ago, it was 60 million. 60 million.
Wow.
It's nothing like the lottery in the States, the Powerball gets up to
we
like
just had-
$2 billion. Like,
Yeah, we
good
just
Lord.
had one. We just had one that got up to almost 2 billion.
Yeah, and how much did that person win? They ended up taking home like 900 million.
Yeah, it was a lot, dude. And I tell you what, it was just one person, which was so crazy. I can't imagine, you know?
And then the government gets 1.1 billion.
Dude, you know what's crazy? How much money do they make off of each ticket when it doesn't win and the lotto goes up? And they don't put obviously all the money in. So they obviously take their cut. So it's like they're getting paid so much money when someone wins and when we buy the tickets too. It's just crazy. I mean, Powerball over here is $2 a ticket. With the multiplier, it's $3. And I hate when lotto gets crazy because I sell lotto at the gas station. And dude, it is people who come in for the lotto are the rudest people I've ever dealt with.
Really?
Oh, it's crazy, man, how rude they get. I have this one old gentleman comes in 70 years old and he's ready to fight everybody if he's not taken care of immediately. I like literally, no joke. He's an old Italian man. He's ready to stab people. He's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and come back in because I think it's my lot. I think it's my.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Okay. All right, everyone. So I just want to let you know we're going to start the Spirit Box session. I'm just waiting for Jennie to get back. Bryan's about to come back in right now. Mark, thank you so much for joining us, brother. Definitely give us
definitely.
We'll have you on, and you definitely need to get started on the podcast again. Just letting you know.
And add us both on Facebook.
Yeah, add us both on Facebook for sure. But we're gonna have Jennie come on. We're gonna do a PSB7 session right now. I don't know how the connection is at the moment, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it is, and I'll put in the microphone so we get good audio. And then anyone who has questions can put them in the comments, and I'll ask them live. And we'll see what what goes on from there. But just waiting for Jennie and Bryan to come back in, and we'll be good. But so one of the viewers over here is Suzette. She's actually on a team that's going to be going to the S.K. Pierce House in Massachusetts, and she was nice enough to invite me to come. So hold on. I'm going to do that one where everyone asks from different countries. I don't know exactly what you mean, Eric. All I'm going to do is turn on the PSB7. I'm going to ask questions to the spirits. If anyone has questions they would like to ask, they can ask them. It's up to you. We're not going to technically go around, but if someone has questions, we could do it. I hope that answers your question. I'm not too sure if that is what you meant, but hopefully that answers what you were saying. Thanks, Suzette. But like I was saying, I'm going to be joining her and her friends on SK Pierce. I believe May 6th, right, Suzette? I think May 6th, I think she said. I have to remember the dates. I'm bad with dates and memory. How about you, man? Are you good with dates and memory? Oh, yeah. No. There he is.
I don't know.
We're just waiting for Jennie to come back so I can start the... there we go. She's back. Here we go.
That was a lot longer than 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
I went in and out because it's my internet is acting weird.
Yeah, mine is doing
weird. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's for me,
might be at your end.
Yeah, probably is.
Because I don't usually have problems like this.
I'm going to start up the PSB7
what
right now.
Stream this to your audience. What's this up here?
Oh, it's a new thing, Brian. It's a new thing that StreamYard has. Any guest can stream 1 or 2 locations to their audience.
Okay, so I'm going to do that right. I'm going to do that.
We're going to start the PSB7
You know what? You can do. You can go live on Twitter now, right?
Yeah, I do. I've been doing that for a while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do Twitter.
Can you add that onto your StreamYard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
well, then I'm going to add Bryan into StreamYard.
I'm just gonna put live.
There we go.
Nice one. Okay.
All right, guys. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put in my microphone. Okay, it's going to be where the headphones go. I'm not going to be able to hear you guys. So if you guys have questions, if you could just put them in the private chat, I'll answer your questions instead of just pulling it out and putting it back in. It'll be kind of crazy. But I'll do that from time to time. If you want me to take it out, just put a finger up. I'll take it out so I can hear you, and then we'll go back to doing it. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Put it in. Can you hear me?
Now, do you go live? Do you actually go live on Twitter, or is it
me on the screen?
Is it recorded? Is it
Yeah.
recorded and then it goes up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on. Turn it on right now. I'm going to run it at 150 milliseconds. Oh. Hello. If there's any spirits here with me, I'm calling on my guides, Drina, David, and Raul. Did you say working?
I thought she was saying it would help.
That's what I thought she said.
Remember, Jenny, I can't hear you, so you're going to have to write it in the private chat. Hi there. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? My name is AJ. I come here to communicate. Is there anything that you would like to say? Jenny thought it said it would help. Are my guides here to assist? Yes. Gina, David, Raul, can you get a hold of one of our loved ones, please? How many spirits are here with us? Oh, sounded like it said 2, but I don't know. It's really quiet. 10? Okay. Would you guys like me to slow it down? Is it easier for you? Thank you. Did you hear that? That was cool. You're welcome, my friend. May I ask your name, please? I think that, did that say Drina? What'd you hear, Jenny? You got. Drina, if that's you here, can you say Drina? I heard a faint voice and said I did. So I'm going to take it out. Do you see that everybody could see you on TV? What? Did you see that we're streaming right now on live? Can you see that, Spirit? Spirit, is it easy for you to use this device? Sound like it said it's not. Now, guys, you have any questions that I can ask? Please put it in the private chat, or anyone in the comments that would like to put a question. Raceway. Well, can you say Ireland for us, Spirit? Spirit, could you please say Ireland for Jenny? Trina, David, and Raul, can you please say Ireland for Jennie? Ooh, that was close. I don't know if that said it, but Anthony wants me to ask for Elaine. Eileen, is it Elaine? Elaine? Eileen? Anthony asked for Elaine. Can you please get Elaine for us, Trina, and let us know when she's here? How did Elaine pass? May I ask how many spirits are with us now? Sound like it went up from 10. Spirit, do you have any messages for us on Earth? Do you have any messages in the physical for us? What advice do you have? That's all you guys wrote. Trina, David, and Raul, is my father, Ralph Capasso, here? Dad, are you here? Hey, Dad, if you're here, can you please come through and say I'm here? Wow, it just went dead. Like, no voices at all. That's so crazy. Ashley Hale is asking for Delmer. Can you please get Delmer for me? Have him? Is it a him, Ashley, or a her? Ashley Hale is looking for Delmer. Delmer, if you're here, can you give Ashley a message? Set it up a little. Hi, Valerie. Ashley Hale's dad we're trying to connect with. Trina, David, and Raul, if you have Ashley Hale's father, Delmer, here with us, can you please say he's here? Said he's something. I don't know if that he is.
He's here, I thought.
Ashley's here, my friend. She wants to say hello to you. Can you say that you hello to her or that you love her? Hey, Paranormal Connections. Trina, David, Raul, are you still there? We got another question from the audience. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a different thing, but first I'll take this out so we can all. There we go. So what did you guys hear when I was doing that? Because I know it went completely silent afterwards, but I know you guys were hearing some things come through because you were putting it in the private chat. Did you hear some answers that came through?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
Here I heard
What'd you hear, Robin?
he's here when she asked about her dad.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
it said
AJ
he did,
said,
yeah.
it said he's something. It said he's here.
Yeah, but then not Robin. I mean, AJ said, will you come and speak to us? And I heard you won't.
Ooh, okay.
And then I
All right.
heard,
And then earlier in that, when you asked how many spirits there were here, I heard 10. And then
10.
right away, Jennie wrote 10 as well.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the 10. I wasn't sure, but I heard the next time I asked it, I heard 15. I was waiting for you to answer, so.
Oh, really? Gosh.
Yeah.
When Bryan said he heard, you won't, I heard David. And I was thinking to myself, is an era pareidolia amazing? Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, we're hearing things. But these are questions like you won't, or David to ask again to see, did you say you won't, or did you say David? How we have heard different. It's amazing.
Yeah, it sucks too because with the computer I have to use an external microphone so you guys could hear it better with StreamYard, and it's easier obviously so I could review it later. But
it's
just terrible because I can't talk.
Oh yeah, it's on everything that we do regarding EVPs or spirit boxes on location and so on. It's just amazing. Are we going to do another one?
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want me to whip out the necrophonic or something, we could do something like that.
I'd rather do the SB7 than the necrophonic. To be
honest.
Yeah, me too.
No worries. I'm better like that, so that's no worries. Yeah. Do you want me to keep going with the SB7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. Jennie said she kept on hearing a female voice. I'd like to find out who that female is. If it is Katrina, because I heard Katrina, and you thought you heard Trina.
Drina with a D. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I'll ask again for sure.
So I thought I heard Katrina.
Cool.
Okay. Yep.
Which is Trina and Katrina, obviously pretty similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to plug this back in. Remember, if you guys have questions, just put it right there or give me a finger up and I'll unplug. Okay. Spirits that are here with me, we heard what you said before. Are you still here? If you're here, do you want to speak with us? Oh, I don't know what that said. Is Katrina here? Is Katrina still here, or is it Drina? Is it Drina, or... Did you hear that? Adrena? Yeah, right when I said it. So maybe, we heard Katrina before, so that's weird. Is there another spirit here named Katrina? Sound like there's not. Yep. Eric heard Drina as well. Drina, thank you. Drina, how old are you, Drina? Why are you here, Drina? Drina, are you here to help me with this session? Drina, can you tell the viewers why you guys are here? Here, guys, I slowed it down again. Is this better? Who's here? Do you have a connection with one of us? I know Drina has a connection with me, but is there another female here that has a connection with one of us? No one. Did you hear that? Clear as day. Wow. That was awesome. That was slow too. Isn't that cool? Thank you so much. So it's just me or no?
I heard Jennie.
You heard Jennie?
I've been hearing Jennie for the last 4 or 5 times, and the first session and the first session, and I said nothing. The second session, I wasn't 100% sure, but this one here, when I had to say okay, I heard male saying Jennie.
But that one was very clear when it said no one.
Right?
Yeah.
It was very clear.
I'm going to plug it back in. Let me ask Jennie.
Okay.
David and Raul, is there anyone here for Jennie?
What's her name?
Adrina or something, right, Bryan? Who's here for Jennie? What's their name? Is this Jennie's guide? I don't know. I thought I said I think so, something, but I'm not sure. Is this one of Jennie's guides with us? Yeah, it sounded like a yes something, but I could be wrong. How about is Bryan's guides with us? Have no fear or something? Is Robin's guides with us? That's it. Are those the only people here? 8. And what's funny is 2 apiece. That's funny. How many? So is there 8? No, 10. That was awesome. I hope that came through the way I thought it did. Does somebody have extra people? That's right.
Sounded like.
Tell me, do you have any messages for Jennie? Where will you be with Jennie tonight? How about Robin? Robin, are you here with Robin? That's what I said. I think it's a... Nope. I heard that. Is this Julie? Is Julie here? Julie, are you here for Robin? Julie, if you're here with Robin, can you say his name? Lincoln something. Can you tell us how many viewers are watching right now? Hold on, we got a question here. Tell me, is there anyone here? Thank you, Valerie, for joining us. Is there anybody here for any of our viewers? There is not. Wow. Holy crap. We got to listen to that one again afterwards. That was cool. Drina, can you help us understand what happens after we die? Do we go to God when we die? That's a Jen again. Jen, who's here for Jen? Horton or someone with an H? Anyone with an H you know, Jenny? Here, I'll take it out. Hold on.
Anybody know what a H? Oh my gosh.
Anyone?
Not that I can think of. No, not that I can think of now.
AJ, what did you say it sounded like?
It sounded like Horton or Hort something.
No. Do you know what I heard?
What
What's
did
that?
you hear?
I heard court.
Court? Oh, okay.
Your face. We would know. Did you hear
Why?
that?
Why? What does that mean?
We spoke about that before we came on live.
I totally forgot though.
Oh, and where I'm going to in November.
Oh, okay, yes. Oh my gosh, you're
Well,
absolutely
that's
right.
not obvious now then.
No, right? Yeah, it's obvious now. But what's crazy is I asked where,
Let
I
me put
asked
you
an
on mute,
interview with
guys.
Jenny.
Just hold on.
No,
I'm gonna put you on mute for.
if they're saying,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
but who's the H?
Well, I didn't hear that at all. I heard you said it. You thought you heard Hort. I heard court.
No, hey, that works. I didn't, like I said, I'm not going to know until I review it. So let me plug it back in. We'll finish up quick.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Gina, David, and Raul. Something starting or something. We asked again, where are you going to be with Jenny tonight? Can you give us one of Jenny's guides' names? Can you give us one of Bryan's guides' names? How about Jenny again? What is one of Jenny's guides' names?
I just did.
I thought I heard something else.
All right.
How about Bryan? Is Bryan's guides here, Drina?
Yeah. What's the message?
Valerie wants to know, what is the message for Jen, Drina? Listen.
Oh, really?
I don't know what that means.
I never do.
Tell me, is love the key? Showing love. The other side. I thought it said message too, Eric, but I wasn't sure. What message do you have for Jenny? I don't know what that said, but it sounds like something.
I know. I just put something in the PM there. It's like a great choice is coming to.
Can you give me one of Jenny's guides' names? That said
Anthony.
it. I don't know what it said. No, it was your name again?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How do you keep saying Jenny?
Robin Hood entity. Robin Hood entity.
No, it said Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
Oh, it did? I didn't even hear that. Yeah, that's my name. Ask for Uncle John.
I heard Anthony too. Anthony too.
That's
from okay, cool.
Uncle John is from my Uncle John, and he's a kind of uncle that I was very close to. And I don't know. Is there something about him?
I'm gonna ask right now. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Turn this on. Hold on.
Okay.
We're not gonna get
Drina, David, and Raul. I ask you real quick if you could please connect with Jennie's uncle, Uncle John. Is Jennie's Uncle John here? Guys, can you give Jennie a message, please? Can you give Jennie a message, please, for her Uncle John? Just said John. That was cool.
Did you hear John? Did you hear John?
Is Jennie's uncle here? John. Is her Uncle John here?
No.
I heard yes.
Me too, yeah. Me too.
Is anybody else here that would like to speak?
Let's talk.
Anyone else that would like to come through? Is there anyone else here that would like to communicate? Okay. Thank you, spirits, for coming through. Drina, David, and Raul, thank you so much.
Can I ask one more question before you stop?
Blessings to you.
Can I ask one more question before you stop?
More. Hold on, Jennie.
Sorry. Can I ask one more question before you stop?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. I don't know if you could hear it, but tell me if you can. Did you hear it?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and ask.
Okay, is the man that's in my home, is it Uncle John?
Trina, David, and Raul, is the man that's in Jennie's home, is it her Uncle John? Something. He's holding something? I don't know. Is Jennie's Uncle John in her house?
Oh. Okay, it's not. It's not.
Okay. Thank you, spirits, for your help. Anyone else want to ask a question quick? You guys good? Okay. Thank you, spirits. I'm going to close this session and close this circle. Thank you for coming through. The session is now closed. Spirit guides, if there's any other spirits here waiting to speak, please connect them back onto their journey where they are headed. Thank you so much for coming through. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So, Thank you guys for joining me for that. Yeah, so I'm going to review that when we get done with this in a few minutes and see what can come through and see what we got. But I'm glad you guys were able to join me for that and join me today.
Wow, it was great. It was interesting.
But thank you guys for coming on with us.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you
for having me on.
I'm sorry I was late, but
you're always late. Psh.
Brian.
Well, I don't know about that, but
no, you're not.
You're late.
But,
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm going to end the broadcast now. Got a little bit to do, and I got to get to Bryan anyway because I have to get done with the phone calls to get them over to you. So I appreciate it. But Bryan, real quick, and Jennie, real quick, before you go, please shout out your stuff right now. Go ahead. Bryan first. Go ahead.
Ladies first, Bryan. Go ahead.
Oh.
Wow, there's a nice get back.
Got him.
You can go over to Global Ghost Hunt, www.globalghosthunt.com, and sign up your team and haunted location if you're interested in being in this year's Global Ghost Hunt for May. We are accepting teams now for October, and teams are joining up for October as well now, which is great.
Wow.
And obviously you can find Huntaphobia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find Huntaphobia. And you can also find Parapost through the Google Play Store and iOS. If you want to download Parapost Network, the only social network out there for the paranormal. So that's
Absolutely.
it. There you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, and Parapost Network and Network Central and Parapost 2. Parapost 2. And then on Sundays, it's Through the Lens with me and Lex.
Wow, you forgot so much, people.
You left a lot out.
Right?
Yeah,
that's how you know.
10 minutes.
That's how you know.
It
you
usually
got a
takes
lot
about 10
going
minutes.
Yeah. No, I don't totally. With myself, if you don't see me, you will hear me. I'm joking. Well, that is actually true.
That's true. That is true.
That is very true. Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers here in the most fabulous country of Ireland. We are here. I have Shadow Whispers in the Night. I do a show with Nando Desario from Untold Encounters. Fantastic show. It is good. We are on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We are on different platforms and so on. And then we are here. So that's where you will find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you both for joining. Until next time, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, AJ. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank
I want
you.
you guys to come out all the time.
And everybody in the room.
Absolutely. Good
So,
night.
everyone who's watching, join Talking with the Source on Sunday at 3 p.m. We will be having Rootless Destinations on. We're going to share some live evidence or some evidence live. Talk about global ghost hunt. A lot more coming. So please join us live. And Robin, you have anything to share real quick before I say goodbye?
Just that it's good to have two ladies coming on to keep us company, on this podcast.
Oh, got him. Poor Bryan. Poor Bryan. Well,
no, not really.
No, honestly, good to see Bryan again. I haven't spoken to you in a little while, so it's good to see you again. And
nice meeting you, buddy. It's always nice seeing you. It's always nice seeing you.
And of course, RJen. I can't forget RJen.
No.
Yeah. Always here. If you don't see me, you will hear me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, guys, until next time, you watch Talking with the Source. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.
Slán Amalia.